Hi, everyone. I'm glad to introduce our work in this video. It is about broadband radiation pattern restoration of self-decoupled metasurface antenna by balancing common and differential modes. The antenna radiation pattern is determined by the modal current distribution on the radiating aperture. In this work, the common mode and differential mode are considered when these two modes are simultaneously excited in a balanced state. In-phase currents on the excited antenna add constructively, while anti-phase currents on the coupled antenna cancel out. As a result, undesired radiation from the coupled antenna is suppressed, and the active element pattern of the excited antenna is maintained. Accordingly, radiation pattern restoration is achieved through the superposition of the two modes. Using characteristic mode analysis, the modal weighting coefficients are employed to quantify the contribution of each mode to radiation. By maintaining a balanced weighting between the common and differential modes over a broad bandwidth, broadband radiation pattern restoration can be realized. Non-uniform metasurface antenna is proposed by introducing horizontal offsets of the non-radiating gaps and vertical offsets of the additionally introduced radiating gaps to balance the common and differential modes, thereby validating the proposed broadband radiation pattern restoration mechanism. The radiation patterns of the benchmark uniform antenna and the proposed non-uniform antenna in the 1x2 system are then compared. It is observed that the non-uniform antenna effectively restores the radiation patterns over a broad bandwidth by mitigating beam splitting and ripple, with the active element pattern remaining consistent with the isolated element pattern. In large-scale antenna systems, truncated and asymmetric environments pose challenges for broadband radiation pattern restoration, particularly in maintaining consistent active element patterns across different elements. To validate the proposed radiation pattern restoration method and its scalability, a 1x3 non-uniform metasurface antenna system is designed as the minimum scalable multi-antenna configuration, and compared with its uniform counterpart. The non-uniform metasurface design achieves superior radiation pattern isolation performance, maintaining consistent radiation patterns across the IEP, center AEP, and edge AEP. This improvement effectively mitigates the severe active element pattern distortions of edge elements, commonly observed in conventional MIMO systems under complex electromagnetic environments. The measured results of the 1x2 non-uniform metasurface antenna system show that the mutual coupling remains below -25 dB, across the -10 dB impedance matching bandwidth of 28.6%. In addition, the measured active element patterns exhibit good radiation pattern isolation in terms of broadside radiation. In summary, this work proposes a broadband radiation pattern restoration method based on common and differential mode balance, which is suitable for multi-antenna systems with small edge-to-edge spacing. Thank you for your attention.